Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Miss LT and thank you for listening to my Comfort Angel. Do you know what? How many times have we listened to those prescription commercials? Right? It could name the medication or the prescription, and next thing you know, it has a whole list of side effects. May cause drowsy, may cause nausea, stomach pain, heart failure, shortness of breath, right? You guys know and familiar with those commercials, right? But in life, what about if grief was a prescription? What side effects should we be warned about when it comes to grief and losing a loved one? Good question, right? For medication, again, if you take a pill or a syrup or a shot, okay, it may cause about 10 different things. But for grief, how many side effects have we experienced without even anyone telling us? Well, there's sadness, anger, isolation, confusion, going on and on. I mean, grief has so many different side effects, right? What if the world would warn us about that? Well, first of all, when you lose a loved one or loved ones, it's a traumatic experience. Traumatic. Whether you lost a child, like in my case, losing my only son, whether you lost a parent, grandparent, sibling, whomever the loved one is that unfortunately you experience their loss. The side effects, we don't need to read about it on the box. We don't need to see it on a commercial. It will come. It will come. For me, in my own personal grief journey, some of my side effects, the first one that hit me the hardest was confusion. My son went in for a stomach ache. I took him to the hospital, and after numerous CT scans, x-rays, even a surgery, he passed away in 6 days. Totally unexpected. So one of the hardest side effects that came upon me, obviously, was confusion. We came in for a stomach ache. I lost him 6 days later. The next side effect for me was anger. What the hell? Like, how can this happen? My son was an athletic young man. He was 24. He always watched what he ate. He exercised at least twice a day. He was also a football player. Very, very athletic. Now, the anger that came upon me just stayed for a long time, along with confusion. Obviously, sadness, that went without saying. Then I kind of was like doing this research and thinking, okay, let me think back. Should I have seen something? Should I have known something? What else could I have done differently to look for signs? That, everyone, is called the guilty side effect. So now I've already talked about the confusion. I've talked about the anger, obviously sadness, that goes without saying. Now the guilty side effect. Next comes the withdrawal side effect. It seemed as though my life changed, where I no longer remembered what I used to be like before my son's passing. So I become withdrawn. So with all these side effects that has now taken over my mental state, I just wanted to pose that question. Has anyone ever felt any of these side effects, either simultaneously or one at a time? When they hit, how do you get through them, right? When the sadness or the anger or the guilt hits, how do you get through it? Obviously, they don't go away. See, with medicine, these side effects, either not everyone experiencing them, because again, they're side effects that are typically common. But with grief side effects, again, based on your own grief journey, share in the comments what side effects you experience with grief. Just out of curiosity, I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for joining my Comfort Angel, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.